All right, happy Sunday, guys, and welcome to our team call. Today is going to be a live power hour, and the purpose of the live power hour is to kind of help you guys because you all have access to the business activity tracker, and this was designed to create business building activities and basically a checklist form so you know exactly what you need to do to move your business forward. There was a lot of research that went into this that they actually surveyed part-time coaches. Like they didn't look into, what are full-time coaches doing? What are the people who have to balance coaching with their full-time job? And this is what they put together. So a lot of times people look at this, and they know like what it means to do, but sometimes it's nice to just do it around other people because maybe you have questions about certain things, or maybe you need to respond to someone and you're like, how would you respond to this? And a lot of times it's really nice to collaborate with one another in those types of instances. Sometimes you get some really wonky objections and you just don't know how to respond, or maybe you're stuck on how to invite, stuff like that. So with the live power hour, half hour, I want you guys to really utilize the fact that like we're all going to be doing this together and you're open to unmute yourself and ask questions and stuff like that. I'll set some timers for certain tasks and stuff like that. But I just kind of wanted to preface like that's why, and I would like to do more of these, not necessarily just for our Sunday team calls, but maybe like once during the week. I don't know when, but I would like to do more of these because I find that when I have like other people on the screen here, I'm like, I can put my blinders on and I can be like, stop scrolling. So that's what we're going to do. So the first thing, and honestly, if you guys don't have this printed out, you need to have it printed out. I know some people literally have like 52 of these because it's each week, year. But it's really nice. Like I'm a tangible person, so to be able to check off the boxes is super helpful. So obviously, probably took a rest day. Most people probably took a rest day today as far as the workout, and then obviously your Shakeology. Those are two non-negotiables. So you can check off that. First, we're going to spend a couple minutes initiating connections and adding followers. So for me personally, I use Captivate to add to my network. So because that kind of runs in the background, I am going to use this time to add people to my queue on Captivate or manually go and follow people. So I'm going to set the timer for 5 minutes, and we are going to be adding to our network and initiating connections with people. I will also note adding to your network is extremely important because when you add new people to your network, because people always say, I've run out of my warm market, I've talked to everyone I know. That is why adding to your network is so important and building those connections. So I'm going to mute myself so I'm not like awkwardly quiet over here, and set a timer, and that is what we're going to do. All right. So, finish up what you're doing now. The next thing that we're going to be doing is if you haven't already figured out what your social media post is going to be for today, or if you haven't posted yet today, that's another thing that's on our list. So, um, I have most of my posts kind of put together. I just have some finishing touches. So we're just going to take a few minutes. If you've already posted, try and think about, a future post, put a caption together or kind of think ahead, plan like that. Um, Sunday nights are a great night to do call to actions, whether it's for virtual boot camp, coaching opportunity, or whatever it may be. So we're going to spend a couple minutes and just kind of either plan your post for tonight or kind of plan something for in the week, because sometimes it's during the week maybe your brain is just a little dead like mine gets in the week, and it's nice to just have, like, I text myself captions, and I've told you guys this in the past with this You Are a Badass calendar. I use like the little quotes that she has, and this is like my bank of things that will inspire me for captions. um, so de- Personal development is another great way to get inspiration for captions as well. Like, I'll read a quote and it'll jump out at me, and I'm like, that's what I need to talk about. So we're going to spend a couple minutes doing that. Did you hear me? No.
Said, what did you say?
Where did you get that badass calendar?
It was a gift from Jessica Kennedy for hitting Rec Plus 1 month. Last year they sent out gifts like every month. So I got a ton of stuff. But I'm sure you can get it on Amazon. Okay, so the next thing that we're gonna do is with stories. Now that's obviously we're not gonna do all of them right now because you should be doing them throughout your day. So definitely make sure that you are incorporating your daily life. It's not just fitness, 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 health, 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 because people want to know about all of you. You know, they don't obviously they find you motivating and inspiring and that kind of stuff, but to truly make those connections, make sure that you're sharing some other things. You know, a lot of you guys are teachers, so you know, showing your teacher life. I talk about OT. Nicole's a nurse, well, almost nurse practitioner, and you know, Tara works in the medical field now as well, and so it's just sharing those different things about you, dog mom, you know, all that kind of stuff. Um, Same with workout clips. I try not to go too overboard on the workout clips. That's my, you know, people tend to after like 3 or 4, they start to just swipe. So but be sure that you're sharing your workout as well. Um, Showing on your stories your products without using the names. So like earlier, did I don't know if I put in my story my shake. I think I just did my bone broth. But sometimes I'll have my shake just in like a blender cup or my like Ninja blender cup. And you know, it makes an appearance, but you know, not actually saying Shakeology. Obviously you all know how to talk about your pre-workout. You don't call it, you know, energize. um, Sammy did a really good job talking about meal prep today with using the portion containers, even though at first I thought that Sammy had cooked those veggies and I was like, this isn't right, something's not adding up. And then of course her subsequent story, Sam made the veggies, like, yeah, Sammy tackled the minute rice. um, but yeah, so really kind of showing like today I did the same thing as well. Like I was getting my salads ready for the week. I chopped up the chicken, put it in the red container, and I was like, you know what, perfect portions. Now I'm not over or under eating. Because also touching on like under eating as well. I think sometimes people instantly think that I don't know, you know what I'm saying. Um, Call to actions, make sure people know. Like sometimes my stories when it comes to call to actions aren't always join my virtual boot camp or XYZ. Sometimes it'll just be like a sweaty selfie or a sweaty boomerang after my workout. Just be like, here to help you whenever you're ready. And like a swipe up or like just send me a message, girl, when you're ready. And sometimes it's just that subtle, like, okay, they know that they can come to you. It doesn't have to be super like intense. And like that. And then obviously recognition and shout out. So I periodically, that's something I personally need to get a little bit better on. So that's the stories. Utilize it. It's what people like to watch. So next we are going to jump down to responding to new likes, comments, or views. So kind of go through the people who are looking at your stories and connect with them. A lot of times if I post a story with a poll or any of those engaging things that Sammy talked about a couple weeks ago about how to really optimize your stories, respond to those people. Send them a follow up. Even if your poll was about something completely unrelated to health or fitness, I still send like a message saying like, oh my gosh, so funny, I'm totally the same way, you know, depending on what it is. So we're going to spend a couple minutes just engaging with new likes, comments, follows, and that kind of stuff. Okay, so next is the nitty gritty. This is the stuff that people tend to leave out, the invites and the follow-ups. So first, we are going to invite. And here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna set a timer for like 7 minutes. And I want you to not just have like, I'm gonna send 5 invites. I want you to send as many genuine invites, and everyone is going to comment how many invites they sent in that time frame. Okie doke. I'm gonna set my timer. And all right.
And to be clear, this could be either to a challenge group or the coaching opportunity. So think about that too. If there are people who you're like, wow, this person would make a really great coach, and this is why I think why, this would be then a good time to invite them to that opportunity too.
All right. Time's up. How many invites did everyone get sent out? I'll start. I had 7. Sydney had 9. Sammy had 10. Tara 3. It's okay, girl. All right. So Sadie, I would circle back and go back to those invites at some point. It is important. It's the thing that people tend to view it as like the thing that they don't like to do. And so we tend to put it off. But let me tell you that even if it's only a few a day, it compounds over time and you're planting seeds. And I've been finding a lot this month that a lot of the seeds I planted last month, people are now starting to like come out of the woodwork. So a lot of times when we send those invites, people don't always respond right away, or maybe they say no, not right now. But just know that those are the people you're going to follow back up with. Segue into our next task. I've gotten a lot of people recently that are like, okay, now I'm ready. Like literally a follow-up I'm going to send was a girl who told me no. And then she just responded to my story the other night and was like, okay, I don't know what I need to do to sign up, but send me a link. So I'm going to follow up with her right now. So we're going to spend the next 7 minutes following up, 5 to 7 minutes, following up with people you've sent share cards to, that you've sent invites to, and or follow up with anyone who is in our coaching sneak peek, all that kind of stuff. All right, let's wrap up some of those follow-ups. I sent out like 11 following up with some people. And so we won't do this right now, but it's also very important, our job is to help people get results. So I actually do my check-ins with my virtual boot camp on Wednesdays. I know Sammy does it Sundays, but making sure that the people that you have in your boot camps and your, customers, that you're checking in with them, I interact within the virtual boot camp throughout the week, but I also send an email checking in as well. So make sure that you are doing that, you're recognizing people, and that you spend some time responding to their questions and their messages. And then obviously the last chunk on here is personal development. So, for me today, that was listening to a sermon from church a couple of weeks ago, and kind of catching up on that. And it spoke to me, and actually, it was like the ultimate personal development today. So that's kind of our power hour that we're going to do today. I recorded this so that I can upload it if you ever need some guidance. But I really think that we should do more of these. Having that structured kind of time is super helpful. Yes, Sydney, I will. If you look up Celebration Church, Pastor Clayton is speaks to my soul. He's younger, and he just knows how to take the word and relate it to our generation, as well as just everyday life. He takes it down to millennial level. And it's funny, the random one I picked to listen to just spoke to what I'm currently going through. And so it's crazy. But that is everything. I wanted to just take a second and thank you all for being on here. And thank you, Tara, for making it a priority to be here even on your birthday. That's huge. There's a lot of people that just skip over these calls. And so we really, really appreciate that. And cheers to 4 years. I love you all so much. Cannot believe that I have been, yes, cheers.
Agrees.
Congrats, Court.
Thank you. So yes, for anyone who maybe hasn't seen, yesterday was my 4-year coach anniversary. And it's just crazy how something as simple as me wanting to just come on Shakeology has blossomed into something that is changed my life, changed the lives of others, as well as served me in so many different ways. So just know that it took me time to kind of get on my feet, so don't get discouraged by that. And it takes a lot of trial and error and perseverance, resiliency, and it's really about how many times you get back up, because life's going to knock you down. There's going to be times where shit gets hard, and it's really about you continuing to show up even when it's tough. So thank you all for being on here again. Have an excellent rest of your Sunday, and I hope you guys have a great week.
You too.